the process pagpili is quite quite tedious. So I have to watch all the videos presented. Syempre, tanan man talaga ito niya na nag-effort ng kamo to make a good presentation kasi sabi nga natin, bibigyan natin yan ng award for the clinical, not clinical graduation, for the class pinning ceremonies. So, mahirap pumili kasi we need to evaluate, we need to assess the presentation itself, the aesthetics, yung mga effects na pinagagamit nyo, and of course, the content itself, kung tama ba, pasok ba siya sa radiobiology, okay? So, pasok ba siya sa mga pinag-discuss natin all about the early effects of radiation and the late effects of radiation. Okay, anyway, hindi pa ako naka-record with the late effects of radiation kasi I'm still studying the epidemiological studies, the different forms of risk assessments. So standby na lang muna. Anyway, we still have a session next meeting, so baka ipasok ko na lang doon yung late effect of radiation. Yes, Miss Susal, you want to say something?
Sir, din po pag-send sa video.
Okay, so you can send it via Telegram. Di ba, nagsasend naman kayo dati sa aking Telegram. So ito yung Telegram number ko. So 0956433129. So that's my Telegram. Hanapin nyo yung si Winker. Yung doon, yung pangalan ko doon is Winker. Yan, kay single man ako. So Winker Love, Moray Love Life. O Perdi Kapate. Kapate kasi damot boylet. Okay. So today we will discuss again the last part of our imaging equipment and maintenance. This is all about the high voltage generator. So if you have queries, if you want to ask, so do not hesitate to interrupt. Say something, if whatsoever questions you have in mind, because I am presenting my entire screen. I will not be looking at you. But anyway, man, if you can see it, if you can note it, that nagagawas ako sa aking screen. Kasi pag nagpa-PowerPoint presentation, hindi ako mostly nakakapag edit, nakagawa ng may nag-message. Dali lang. Wala pala. Akala ko may message doon. Anyway, so again, this is all about the high voltage generator. So bago natin, before the parts, or the X-ray imaging system has 3 essential parts, sabi natin. So unang nabanggit si high voltage generator, and then we have the operating console, and we have the X-ray tube. So nauna lang natin na-discuss si operating console kasi sabi nga natin, this is the most familiar part of the X-ray machine, most familiar to the RadTech, in a way that we manipulate our technical factors, the KVP, the MA. So hindi pasok doon yung SID. Okay, so also na-discuss natin na una yung we next, or following the operating console, is we discussed all about the X-ray tube. Kasi nga X-ray tube, this is the heart of the X-ray imaging system. So its function is to convert the electricity provided to the machine into a form of X-ray energy that is now being used in, of course, the radiological procedures. So here today we will discuss all about the high voltage generator. So isa sa mga essential components din ng ating X-ray facility. And we know naman that generator, as we have discussed previously, di ba? So it converts, yes, di ba, yung when we talk about the electrodynamics, diba? Specifically sa electromagnetism, so we said that generator converts mechanical into electrical energy. So here in the X-ray imaging system, so we have 3 different components of the X-ray generator, or the high voltage generator. So by the way, what you are looking into is ito yung facility namin way back when I was a rad tech in Calubian, Leyte. So sa isang district hospital. So kung makikita natin, this is the vertical grid upright device. We have here the X-ray tube. So hindi natin makikita dito si operating console. Kasi yung pag-picture namin dito, okay, nandito yung table. So yung pag-picture namin dito is labas or out sa operating console. And as you can see it here, so nandito yung aming X-ray generator. Malaki siya, no? Parang feeling mo air condition siya. So iba-iba yung design ng ating mga X-ray generators class. So yung iba ganito talaga, medyo malaki. Yung iba naman, tulad ng what we have in UEP is naka-incorporate siya doon sa operating console. If you can see sa ating machine doon sa school, sa university, parang washing machine yung ating operating console, di ba? So, yung ating operating yung high voltage generator is nandoon mismo sa parang washing machine na yun. So, naka-incorporate siya doon sa console. Kasi yung console natin talaga is, pwede nating matanggal yan. So, yung panel lang doon is the operating console. Yung sa baba niyan, yung washing machine is the high voltage generator. So, there are three essential parts. We have the high voltage transformer. Alam nyo naman, transformer. Diba? So, what we are talking here is, hindi siya it's not the same. The generator, the high voltage X-ray generator is not the routine one. Nasasabihin natin it will convert the mechanical energy into electrical energy. No, iba na dito. Kasi yung composition natin ng ating high voltage generator is meron siyang high voltage transformer, we have the filament transformer, and we have rectifiers. So alam naman natin, 'di ba, pag transformer, 'di ba? So it transforms the intensity into higher or lower intensities, di ba? From the input to the output, nag-iiba kasi we have the transformer. So as you can see it here, high voltage generator, so hindi siya yung routine na may armature, di ba? Yung may mga slip rings na nagko-convert ng mechanical energy into electrical energy. Yung composition natin dito, iba, high voltage transformer. So i-convert natin yung voltage input to output to higher or lower. So we have the filament transformer talking about the current into higher or lower intensities, and we have rectifiers. So we need to convert the rectifier, di ba? We know for a fact that yung nare-receive nating electricity from the transformer out, the general electric supply is alternating current. So yung kailangan ni X-ray tube is direct current. So ma-accomplish natin to, we can convert AC to DC with the use of rectifiers. So that's why these are the essential components. But anyway, as I've said, we don't need to go into deeper discussion on these things because same man letter. Apparently, we discussed the high voltage transformer and the filament transformer way back sa ating discussion in operating console. Okay, so let's first talk about, of course, the high voltage transformer intro. So a step-up transformer that has a ratio greater than 1, so for example, 500:1 to 1000:1, so meaning from 1 volt, pwede nating i-convert to 500 volt or from 1 volt into 1 kilovolt. So this operates only on, alam natin, di ba, pag transformer, it operates only on alternating current. So the fact is, lahat ng supply ng ating voltage sa X-ray machine is talagang naka-alternating current. So if you can see doon sa UEP, di ba? So we have a solo transformer, yung poste sa harap ng college that is dedicated to the X-ray facility or to the radiology or radiologic technology laboratory room. So technically pag transformer, yung alternating current, di ba, yung sinusupply. So therefore, voltage waveform on both sides of the high voltage transformer is sinusoidal. So sinusoidal nga ni class, di ba, naka-wave light. Kasi nga alternating current. No? So alternating current. If we can see it here, yan. So pag direct current, nakita natin, nakaline lang siya, di ba? So si alternating current, this color green, so sinusoidal ang iya appearance ng ating waveform. So a primary voltage is measured in volts and the secondary voltage is now measured in kilovolts. So yung current, iba. The primary current is measured in amperes and the secondary current is measured in milliampere. Take note ha, always remember the transformer law for voltage and the transformer law for current. Diba? Yung transformer law for voltage, if this is a step-up transformer, so technically yung gagawin niya from a small to high kVp. But transformer law for current, high to low. Kaya kung makita natin, this is from voltage, naging kilo. This is from ampere, naging milli. Ito, from maliit, naging malaki. From malaki, naging maliit. Diba? So that's the transformer law for voltage and the transformer law for current. So, punta na tayo sa sa voltage rectification. Parang nanghingal na ako doon. So voltage rectification. As I've said, medyo lang to, medyo konting discussion lang to. So rectification, pag sinabi nating rectification, this is again converting AC, alternating current, to direct current. Okay, so kadali ha, i-erase ko, erase this card. Yan. So pag we have here in our diagram sa baba, we have the different types of current, although I'm not so familiar with that too. So dalawa lang yung familiar ko dito. We have the direct current. So kung kita natin, it waveform, straight line lang siya, no? X and Y axis. So may kita natin ang voltage, there talaga mag-start sa zero. So nag-start talaga siya above zero, tapos continuous na siya. And we have this alternating current, yung ginagawa natin, sinusupply, di ba? Okay, because naka-transformer. So, it starts with 0 and then nag-oscillate siya. And then it goes to its negative side. Yan, kaya from 0 going to positive, tapos positive babalik siya sa 0, 0 going to negative, negative babalik sa 0, 0 papuntang positive. So, alternating. So, the process of converting AC, so kasi yung requirement ni X-ray tube, kailangan naka-direct current tayo. Kasi kailangan nating gawin, we need to make the projectile electron, na talaga yung interaction niya is to the positive. Diba? The projectile electron is from the cathode, so magta-travel siya papuntang anode. So hindi siya ma-accomplish if this is a alternating current. Ma-accomplish lang siya if this is a direct current. But anyway, the electronic device that allows current flow in one direction, again, to become a direct current, is called a rectifier. So transformers operate with alternating current, sabi natin kanina. However, X-ray tubes must be provided with direct current. So, meaning, kailangan natin maglagay ng mga rectifiers doon sa X-ray tube para ma-accomplish natin yung requirement na to. Diba? X-ray tubes must be provided with direct current. Okay? So, nakuha ganun siya ka-complicated, ganun siya ka-intricate yung ating composition ng ating X-ray facility. So, masyadong complicated in a way that yung voltage na sinusupply ni Norsamelco, kailangan gawin natin kilovoltage. So, in a way, kailangan natin ng high voltage transformer. So, yung current na sinusupply ni Norsamelco, kailangan natin siyang gawing milliampere. Kaya kailangan natin ng filament transformer. Now, si X-ray tube, hindi mag-move yung electrons from negative to positive if this is in alternating current. So yung gagawin natin, kailangan gawin natin siyang direct current. And again, ma-accomplish natin siya with the use of rectifiers. So here we have the process called voltage rectification. No? So unrectified voltage, parang ano to eh, parang yung rectification, sabi natin ano, from alternating, so kailangan ma-convert natin siya into direct, pero naka-waveform to guys, no? So unrectified voltage appears at the secondary side of the high voltage step-up transformer. So this voltage waveform appears as the voltage waveform supplied to the primary side, of course, of the high voltage transformer, except its amplitude is now much greater. So from the primary to the secondary, tataas siya, di ba? Kasi nga, step-up transformer. So, however, the current that passes through the X-ray tube exists only during the positive half of the cycle. So, when the anode is positive and the cathode is negative. Ito yung sinasabi natin. So, again, if this is the x-axis, ito yung y-axis. So, if the wave is pa ganyan, so, ano ba yan? Nagla-line kasi, nagla-line. So, if yung wave pa ganyan, so this is 0 point. So, meaning pag nasa above ng ating y-axis, so this is the positive side. So, sabi dito, current passes through the X-ray tube, however, exists only during the positive half of the cycle. So, dito lang siya nag-i-exist. So, during the negative half of the cycle, current flow only from anode to cathode, but it does not occur because the anode is not constructed to emit electrons. So, kung makita natin below this y-axis, nandito yung ating negative half cycle, okay, ng ating alternating current. At sabi dito, during the negative half of the cycle, the current only flow from anode to cathode, but it does not occur because of the anode is not constructed to emit electrons. So to correct this one, teka, may papasok ata. Parang may papasok sa Gmail. Ay, sorry. Okay, so to make a correction on this one, kailangan ma-rectify natin, ano? Ma-rectify natin yung voltage at saka yung current. So, may gagamitin tayo dito to accomplish the rectification. So, may mga instrument nating tinatawag na diodes. So, a diode is an instrument that contains two electrodes. So originally, all diode rectifiers were vacuum tubes called valve tubes. So these have been replaced by a solid-state rectifiers made of silicon, which is now a semiconductor. So ito yung mga ano siya, mga valve tubes siya dati na mga diodes. But now, sabi dito, it is now replaced by solid-state, ito mga rectifiers na ginagamit natin sa X-ray facility. Actually, not only, we don't need to limit lang sa sa X-ray facility. May mga ibang appliances na gumagamit din naman nito. Okay? So, we have talking about rectification. So, may iba-ibang klase ng rectification class. Parang naging na tayo, parang naging electrical engineer na tayo. Anyway, so ganda ng performance ng electrical engineer licensure exam. Nakakuha tayo ng top 10 spots sa PRC. Okay, so iba-ibang klase ng rectification. So first we have this what we call the half wave. Yan, half wave rectification. Next we have this self rectification. We also have this full wave rectification. Okay, yun lang naman. Yun lang naman. Tama na. Okay, so out of this rectification, may magka-come up na iba-ibang klase ng generator. Remember sa sa ating discussion all about the X-ray tube, 'di ba? Para makuha natin ang heat unit, 'di ba? We have to determine ano yung niya generator. If this is a single phase generator, If this is a 3-phase generator, kaya lang may dalawa yan, we have 3-phase 6 pulse, and we have 3-phase 12 pulse, and we have the high frequency generator. Ano yan? Yan. So aside from that, may mga iba-iba pang klase ng generator. So meron tayong tinatawag na capacitor discharge generator, and we have this falling load generator. Meron pa ba? Wala na. So those are mga kailangan nating matutunan today. Okay. So again, talking about voltage rectification, so ma-accomplish natin siya with the use of diodes. So parang nakalimutan ko ditong ilagay class yung PN junction ng mga diodes. Pakibasa na lang. Okay, so we have half-wave rectification. So pag sinabi nating half-wave rectification, so the inverse voltage is removed from the supply to the X-ray tube by rectification. So half-wave rectification is a condition in which the voltage is not allowed to swing to the negatively during the negative half of its cycle. So kung makita natin again, this is of course normally kasi naka-alternating current tayo, di ba? Nagsiswing siya ng paganyan. So yung ginagawa daw dito sa half-wave rectification, the inverse voltage is removed. So walang supply or hindi nagfo-flow yung voltage on the negative aspect. So during the positive portion of the AC waveform, the rectifier allows electric current to pass through the X-ray tube. So kung iplaplat natin siya, nakaganyan lang siya, no? Tapos may hanging moment. May hanging moment dyan. Naka-half-wave rectification yung tawag. Kasi, again, naka-X tayo dito sa negative half ng cycle. So, again, during the negative portion of the AC waveform, however, the rectifier does not conduct and thus no electric current is allowed. So, the resultant electric current is a series of positive pulses. Pulse separated by gaps when the negative current is not conducted. So as you can see it here, ayan yung naging graph natin. So ito yung typical illustration ng half-wave rectification. So nagpa-pulse lang siya during the positive half cycle. So this form of rectification is called half-wave rectification because only one half of the AC waveform appears in the output. So, half-wave rectified circuits contain 0, 1, or 2 diodes. So, tingnan natin. The symbol for diode is nakaganyan. This is the symbol for diode. So, ilan? So, half-wave rectified circuits contain either wala, either isa lang, or pwedeng dalawang diode. So, kung makikita natin, meron tayong diode dito sa part na to. And we have diode sa part na to. Okay? So, tama, ano? So, this is an illustration of a half-wave rectified X-ray tube. So, the X-ray output from half-wave high generator pulsates, producing 60 X-ray pulses each second. So, kung makikita natin, supposedly, di ba yung flow natin is from this one, di ba sabi na noon, kailangan our intensity should be from positive going to negative, ano? So that was the application of the law of conservation of charge, diba? Supposedly from positive to negative. Okay. So here, teka lang ha, may nag-message. Sorry, sa Facebook pala. Tanggalon ko lahat ang Facebook. Okay, masama. Okay. So, sabi natin noon, law of conservation of charge sa isang electric circuit. So, yung flow is supposedly from, the flow is supposedly from positive going to negative. So, di rin man natin pwede kasi sa X-ray tube, di ba, supposedly baliktad from negative to positive. So now, pwede nating ma-accomplish because of this diodes. So here, we have one diode here. So we have applied voltage, so 1 pulse per cycle, and we have another diode. So that's the key why kailangan, I mean, some of the X-ray units have designs of half-wave rectification. So direct man tanan yung X-ray machine na gamit half-wave rectification. Okay, so let's see kung pwede sa self-rectification. So in some portable, some lang, and dental X-ray imaging system, the X-ray tube serves as the vacuum tube rectifier. So such system is said to be a self-rectified, and thus the resulting waveform is the same that of the half-wave rectification. Self-rectification is the same with half-wave rectification. So no need to discuss further. So most probably ganun din, may isang diode or hanggang dalawang diode na makikita. So we have the full wave rectification. So one shortcoming of half-wave rectification is that it wastes half of the supply of the power. Kasi yung mga nandito sa negative, walang kwenta, di ba? So sa full wave rectification, bakit hindi na lang daw gawing yung mga nasa negative, gawing positive? So kung makikita natin, ganito yung output niya. Di ba? So lahat ng mga negative, kinonvert niya dito. Yan. So it also requires twice the exposure time. Kung gagamit tayo ng half-wave rectification, makuri gamiton, ano? It is possible, however, to devise a circuit that rectifies the entire AC waveform. And this form of voltage rectification is called the full wave rectification. So for full wave rectification, the negative half cycle corresponding to the inverse voltage is now reversed so that the anode is always on the positive. Okay. So the flow is constant, positive to negative. So, for full wave rectification, kung kanina sabi natin sa half wave rectification, 0, 1, or 2. So here we have, there are 4 diodes in high voltage circuit. So, bilangin natin. So, we have 1, 2, we have 3, and of course, we have 4 diodes confirmed. So, exposure time for any given technique is cut in half. So hindi siya ganoon ka matoxic kaysa sa half-wave rectification. So the pulsed X-ray output of full-wave rectified machine occurs 120 times each second instead of 60 times per second as with half-wave rectification. Kasi kanina dalawa lang yung diodes natin. So yung 60 na double natin to 120 times each second, which nagiging mas efficient yung flow ng electrons. So same thing, kasi nga rectification, we follow the we follow the law of conservation of charge. So the flow must always be in the positive going to the negative. No? Kita niyo yung movement? So that's the thing. Wait lang, may class pa. Okay. Next, we have the single-phase power generator bank. But again, this is now different kasi ito yung mga process ng rectification. So, dalawa lang naman yung pwede nating yung pwede nating we have to take note on this part. Either mag-undergo siya ng half-wave rectification or we have the full-wave rectification. But again, most manufacturers prefer sa full-wave rectification. So these are the types of generators that are being used sa X-ray facility. So depende yung machine. I'm not saying na lahat single phase, lahat 3-phase 6 pulse, 3-phase 12 pulse, or lahat high frequency. So depende sa capability or sa supply. Okay, so we have single phase power. So single phase power results in pulsating X-ray beam. Normal man to, naka-pulsed. This is caused by alternate swing in the voltage from 0 to maximum potential 120 times each second. O naka-full wave rectification and aton single phase generator. So the X-rays produced when a single phase voltage waveform has a value near 0 are of little diagnostic value because they're low energy. Such X-rays have low penetrability. So, here, masasabi natin siya, diba, may mga low penetration ang ating X-rays dito sa part ng single phase. So we have another option. We have 3-phase power. So 3-phase power, dalawa yan na. We have 3-phase 6 pulse and we have 3-phase 12 pulse. So multiple voltage waveforms are superimposed on one another, resulting in a waveform that maintains a nearly constant high voltage. So there are 6 pulses kasi gagamit tayo ng 3-phase. Yung sign natin na phase, okay. Yung sign natin 3, tapos nakaganyan, phase. Okay, kung magamit kita yung 6 pulse, 6P. Okay, 3 phase. Di ako maarap niya, siya. Nalinya siya. Ito ganyan dapat phase. Ayun. 3 phase, 6 pulse. Yan. 3 phase, 12 pulse. Yan. So there are 6 pulse. So definitely this is 3-phase 6 pulse. That is per 160 compared with 2 pulses characteristic of single power. So here parang minumultiply natin into 60. 2 pulses. Okay. So into 30. Okay, 2 pulses man la. Okay, so mas minamaximize natin yung pag-convert sa negative from yung conversion from negative to positive, mas minamaximize niya. Pinapadali. Okay. So the voltage applied across X-ray tube is nearly constant, never dropping to 0 during exposure as compared dito sa single phase. Okay, wherein voltage waveform has near 0 value. So mas naging inefficient. So here, always lahat ng ating mga X-ray na nagpo-produce are of efficient value. Okay? So, there are limitations to the speed of starting an exposure or the initiation time and ending an exposure. We have an extinction time. So, additional electronic circuits are necessary to correct this deficiency, and this adds to the additional size and cost of 3-phase generator. Yun lang. Okay, but anyway, kaysa naman sa di ba? Kaysa naman sa mga X-ray natin wasted, 0 value. So, yun lang kasi medyo may kamahalan siya kasi may mga added facility, added electronic circuits. So next we have the high frequency generator. To talaga maganda to. So full wave rectified power at 60 Hz is converted to higher frequency from 500 to 25,000 Hz and then is transferred to high voltage. So high frequency generators produce a nearly constant potential waveform, improving image quality at lower patient radiation dose. So full wave rectification or high frequency voltage generation is used in almost all stationary imaging systems. So one advantage of the high frequency generator is its size. So they are very much smaller than 60 Hz high frequency generators. High frequency voltage generation uses inverter circuits. So ito yung kaiba niya, no? Okay, siya lang ang may ganitong circuit as compared sa sa single phase at saka sa 3-phase generator. So these are high-speed switches or choppers that convert DC into a series of square pulses. So yun, bakit siya tinawag na, no, na high frequency generation? Kasi kung kanina mas lahat naka-multiplied with the 3-phase 6 pulse, phase 12 pulse. So labaw pa ini nga multiplier naton, diba? So mas kung kanina efficient siya na how much more with this one, kaya nga tinatawag siyang high frequency generator. And another, we have the capacitor discharge generator, although hindi na to ginagamit sa mga panahon ngayon kasi illegal to illegal. So this operates by charging. Oh, parang cellphone lang agin charge anay or i-charge muna bago gamiton. So series of SCRs or the silicon controlled rectifiers from voltage of a nickel cadmium battery. Yan, charge muna. So by stacking in an electric sense, so these silicon controlled rectifiers, the charge is stored kaya capacity discharge at a very high voltage. So during exposure, the charge is released or discharged to form the X-ray tube current needed to produce X-rays. So while nagtitikaihan paggamit, so technically parang naglo-lowbat din siya. Di ba araman natin, di ba? This is the symbol for, ano ba yun? Inuunahan ako in line. Sorry, fronta. Di ba this is the symbol for capacitor. So, araman natin, di ba, the flow is from positive to negative. So, mag-stack muna siya diyan mga positive. Kay capacitor. Positive ng mga charge. So, sige kayong gamit, yun yung X-ray tube. Sige, maka-discharge, di ba, positive. So, nagtitikaiban until maglulubat siya, i-charge mo na naman siya. Diba? So, parang katoxic gamiton. So, after a given exposure time, the capacitor bank continues to discharge, which could cause continued X-ray emission. Kaya nagiging illegal siya in a way. Kasi, bisan di rin siya ginagamit. No? Nag-i-emit siya ng X-ray, which is quite delikado, Such X-ray emission is only stopped by a grid-controlled X-ray tube, an automatic LED beam stopper, or both. So a grid-controlled tube has a specially designed cathode to control X-ray tube current. Next, we have, of course, the falling load generator, which na-discuss naman natin sa operating console. So the approach of falling load voltage generation is that the initial tube loading is higher and drops during exposure. So the rate of drop follows the cooling characteristics of the X-ray tube anode. And then the falling load voltage generation finds principal use in high-capacity X-ray imaging systems such as intervention radiology, in which the shorter the exposure time, the better. Again, the shorter the exposure time, the better. Kasi, di ba, falling load, na-start siya at higher, at higher volt or current. Kaya falling. So, titikaiha, okay, the rate of drop follows the cooling characteristic of the tube anode. So, falling load, again, voltage generation finds principal use in high capacity. Yun. Hindi lahat ng ating X-ray imaging system may falling load generator. Nasa high capacity, like for example, sa mga ginagamit natin in angiography suites, okay, sa mga fluoroscopy. So, gumagamit tayo ng mga falling load generator. Okay, so we have the term here, voltage ripple. Ripple is parang parang nasasayang, nawi-waste nga volt. So single phase power has 100% voltage ripple. So the voltage varies from 0 to its maximum value. So as it oscillates, parang nawi-waste almost all of the voltage. Kaya ito yung voltage ripple is 100%. Diba? Kaya nga, sabi natin kanina, nawi-wasted lang ang kanyang ang kanyang X-ray. So, the voltage varies from, again, 0 to its maximum value. So, the 3-phase 6 pulse power produces voltage ripple or voltage with only approximately 14% voltage ripple. So, yung mga napoproduce na voltage, 14% lang naman yung nasasayang. In which, compared naman dito na 100% yung mga pwede nating masayang. Ano. And consequently, voltage supply to the X-ray tube never falls to below 86% of the maximum value. So, dito mo mas ma-appreciate yung mga single phase, 3-phase 6 pulse, 3-phase 12 pulse, yung sa high frequency. So if you can see it in our illustration, so ito, mostly lahat ng ating voltage in the single phase, di ba, tripled. So in 3-phase 6 pulse, may mga useful naman, di ba? In 3-phase 12 pulse, okay, so makikita natin, ito lang yung rippled values. All of which are magiging useful pa din sa, okay. So as you can see, sa high frequency, walang rippled. No? So in 3-phase 12 pulse power, so it results only in 4% ripple. So this one, 3-phase 6 pulse, okay, 14% yung ripple. Which means 86% ang pwedeng magamit in X-ray production. For 3-phase 12 pulse, so 96% ang pwedeng magamit for X-ray production. Therefore, the voltage supplied to the X-ray tube does not fall to below 96% of the value. And for the high-frequency generators have approximately 1% voltage ripple, and therefore, the X-ray quantity, greater X-ray and quantity and quality, kasi 99% of its value are useful in the X-ray production. So dito masyadong mas makikita yung advantage ng iba-ibang generator. So which means mas maganda talagang gamitin yung mga high frequency generators, no? Okay. So the most efficient method of X-ray production also improves the waveform with the lowest voltage ripple. So kaya sabi nga natin kanina, mas maganda talaga yung high frequency generator. Okay, less voltage ripple results in greater radiation quantity and quality. So low voltage ripple increases radiation quality because fewer low energy projectile electrons pass from cathode, take note of this one, to produce low energy X-rays. So consequently, the average X-ray energy is greater than the resulting from the high voltage ripple modes. Okay, so last one, o diba? Last, no? So we have what we call the power rating. So each generator has a unique power rating. Power, diba? Araman natin ang pag-compute sa power. Power is, diba, this is current times the voltage. So same lang naman, current times the voltage or amperes times volts. So transformers and high voltage generators usually are identified by their power ranking in kilowatts. Okay, so therefore electric power for any device is specified in watts. Same, like what we have discussed previously. So a high voltage generator for a basic radiographic unit is rated 30 to 50 kilowatt. And generators for interventional radiology suites have higher power ratings up to 150 kilowatt. So again, to compute, to solve for the power ratings, kung kilovolt na siya, tapos this milliampere, there's no need na to convert one form to another. Automatic and era magiging kung ano't era magiging product, that's automatic. Yun yung magiging power rating natin. Okay? So but halimbawa ito lang na kilowatt, ito naka ampere. So we need to convert this one into yung isa naka kilovolt, yung isa naka ampere lang, so we need to convert into its base form, no? So high voltage power generator in terms of kilowatt is equivalent to maximum X-ray tube current at 100 kVp and 100 millisecond. So yun lang naman guys, that's the end of our discussion. O di ba, ganun lang kadali yung lecture natin today. So, do you have any questions about our discussion? Okay, do you have any questions? Oh, it's just 10:10. O, di ba nag-leave na meeting, may pa tapos. Okay, so again, so reminding again all of you to please attend the webinar tomorrow. I'm going to check your attendance also. Oo, di madamo na takutang ang mga puntos-puntos. Pamati ko, di rin na kamo nag-i-study kay tungod lang ang mga puntos-puntos na la. Okay, so if there are no questions, so it's we are now dismissed. But before that, let's check first the attendance. Okay. Okay, igaano ko lahat, stop recording ko lang siya, tapos stop presenting.